Hi everyone, my name is Chris Wildebohr and my business is Balance Central. Today I have Renee here and what we're doing is I'm setting up a bit of an interview with her because we have literally just a few weeks ago completed the Law of Attraction program, and I want to give you all an idea about what Renee's experience was.
Yep.
So welcome.
Thanks.
Alright, so I want to start with, so we already know that your name is Renee,
Yep.
but I want to know a bit about you and your business.
Okay, I am 32. I am single. I have no kids. I am a workaholic. I love my job. I'm a dance teacher. I have a studio which has about 150 kids in it. I have been running that 10 years this year.
And what's the dance school called?
Do Dance Academy.
Cool. So you can find that at dodance.com.au.
Yep.
Awesome.
So I've been running the studio for 10 years, but I've been teaching for 18. So dancing has been a massive part of who I am and what I am and what I do. So
Awesome, cool. So with what you've just explained there, what would you consider is the most important thing in your life? Because you've kind of identified that you're a bit of a workaholic, but I don't know that that necessarily makes it your most important thing. But what is the most important thing?
one of the most important things in my life is actually dancing is massively important in my life. But through the work that I've done with you, one of the actual most important things in my life that I've been able to come to the conclusion with is to actually be happy. Because I can't do my job and I can't do everything if I'm not within my own power and I'm not processing everything for myself, because I can't be there for the kids. So while everybody from the outside looking in goes, oh my God, dance is such the biggest thing in your life, and I used to say it was the only thing in my life, but it's not actually. My biggest thing and the most important thing for me is to be happy. So
Excellent. All right. So we did talk about the Law of Attraction program a few months ago,
Yeah.
and it was a bit of a new idea that I had and went, what are we going to do with this? And what was it when we had that conversation? So I'm making you rewind a little bit, but what was it that drew you in for that's a great idea?
well, for months leading into it, I always do my work with you, of course, but for months leading into it, I'd been on YouTube and I had been looking up meditations and anything to do with Law of Attraction. I had read The Secret. I had been researching everything I could find about the Law of Attraction. So I had this massive attraction, if you want to use, to the Law of Attraction. And I had tried everything. I had implemented, I'd been meditating, I had done visualization boards, I had done sitting down and doing visualizations, I had done training positive thoughts, I had done everything to try to make this Law of Attraction thing work. And I was still being drawn to Law of Attraction. There was something that was still drawing me to it. So the moment you mentioned it, I was like, yep, pick me, I'm done.
Awesome. Okay. All right. Well, that's great. So what would you say has changed? So this is a bit of a big question, but what have you noticed or what's changed since we've actually completed doing it?
Well, one of the biggest things that I've always had an underlying is that I always wanted to be happy, which for me in life is a very fine line, because I do a lot of working with kids and thinking about other people, but I tend to neglect and not think about myself. And so while I've always wanted to attract certain things, like I'd love a new car and I'd love a house and all the materialistic things you want, underlying the biggest thing I want to do is to be happy. So what the Law of Attraction's actually done for me is it gives me what I call moments, where it's attracting in everything that I actually want. Obviously I don't have the car or the big house yet, they're coming. But it's things where we went to an Stepford recently, and my kids normally come away with 1 or 2 placings. We came away at our last recent Stepford with 7, which for my kids is a very big thing. We're a small studio where placing in a Stepford is a big thing for my kids. We placed regularly. Every age group was up there with them, which to me made me really happy. So it wasn't until after the Stepford that I actually sit down and I actually reflect on it and I start smiling to myself. And I have these little moments where I go, oh my God, I'm actually really happy and everything's actually working.
That's awesome.
And that's when I go, that's the Law of Attraction. That's where the program has really made those little things. So you don't notice it in the day-to-day, you're attracting the thing that you're after. Like, it's not attracting, I didn't say that I wanted 5 first places or whatever it was, but I wanted to attract my kids to be doing well at a Stepford's. It's automatically attracted it.
Yeah, so it takes off the pressure for all the expectations and seems to just let it fall where it needs to fall.
Yeah.
But yet there's a sense of satisfaction in it. That's
The
what
other
I'm hearing.
the other thing it's created is the thing of going with the flow of it. It will work out. So, example, one of my children was very, very sick, so she couldn't compete. And I had a lot of other parents and a lot of other people going, oh my God, she's sick. Oh my God, you have to respace. Oh my God, that's a drama. I went, it's okay. She's sick. It's all right. We'll cope. It'll be fine. It was fine because the kid's placed in the 2 routines that she wasn't there for. Admittingly, the kid's still missing, but everything still worked out. The law of attraction, that wasn't in my plan for her to not be there, but it still meant that everything still worked out. So therefore, I'm still sitting at the end of it going, okay, I didn't stress over that drama. Everything still worked out. I've gone with the flow. We're all in the right place, and I end up happy because of that.
So I'm going to throw in another little question here then, because if you were being drawn previously to the law of attraction and all the different type of tools, so the visualizations and the affirming things and asking for things positively and all of the standard stuff, are you still drawn to doing those things?
No.
How fascinating.
No, I literally, it's really funny because it's not until after an event happens, like the estate fair. Normally going into an estate fair, I would do a lot of visualizations of my kids winning and how the dancers would look on stage and being really positive. And then even when the kids would go on stage, if they say, oh, Miss Renee, we're not going to do well, I go, no, think the right things. If you think we're going to do well, you're going to dance well. And I would be all for that positivity. This estate fair, I didn't do any of it. I just went, what'll be, will be. Like,
wow.
It's not that I don't care, but it's that being relaxed in whatever's going to happen is going to happen, which isn't me. For anybody that knows me, I'm definitely not that person.
Wow, that's awesome. So just to wrap this up, what would you suggest, or what would be your advice to someone who's considering doing the 5 sessions of the Law of Attraction program, but have got, I don't know, some questions, or they're kind of on that hesitation or just not sure whether they're going to cross that line? What would you suggest?
I am the biggest skeptic. You of all people know this. I'm the biggest skeptic when it comes to having things work out the correct way and the work that we do. With the law of attraction, having it broken down into the 5 different ways allows you to focus on it. So one of the first, having the principles, I knew going into it there was one of those principles I was struggling with, and the different reactions I got from each principle actually surprised me throughout it. Like, one of the things I went, well, I definitely know what I want, but then I had a big reaction to that wanting principle and processing that through that obviously needed the work done. So it's by tackling every one of those little principles that allowed it to go with everything, and the difference since has been huge.
Awesome.
Like, it's those little moments. And it's not a major thing, like obviously my car hasn't arrived and my house hasn't arrived yet. But the underlying principle behind everything was for me to actually be happy. That's what I'm trying to attract in, is I want to attract those things so that I'm happy. Well, it's done that, and it's continuing to do that. So it's not just giving me the materialistic thing of what, most people go into a law of attraction for something materialistically, but it's creating more things for you.
Excellent. So do you have any other final words before we wrap this up?
I'm a massive believer in everything that you do, and I can testify to I would be a complete mess without this lady. Chris is a phenomenal person, not only in being able to connect with a client to help you through whatever you need to work on energetically, but creating programs like this is something that was missing in my life. So not only is Chris still a great person, but she's still able to continue to keep growing with you as a client, and this is a prime example of that.
Wow, thank you. Well, it's been a pleasure to have you here, and I'm really excited that we can do this. So go and check out the Law of Attraction program. My website is balancecentral.com.au. Go and have a look and give me a call. Thanks.